Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Coaching Corner. I am Jamila, aka the IEP Coach. I am the founder of the IEP Coach LLC. We are an education consulting company, and we specialize in providing special education centered support to our teachers and our parents because we truly believe teachers and parents have to work together to best support the students. So, for our teachers, we do professional development and coaching. For our parents, we do a lot of parent workshops and one-to-one support because we feel when we support our teachers and we give them the training that they need, they're more likely to stay in their field and they are being fulfilled in their roles because they're getting proper training. And for our parents, when they have the knowledge, they can confidently advocate for themselves and their children, which benefits the student on both sides. So it's a win-win. So welcome to the Culture Corner. We go live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So before we move on, are you guys enjoying this nice spring weather? I think it was in the 80s up here on the East Coast. I think it was in the 80s today, or it might be high 70s, 80, low 80s, but the weather was nice. I definitely went out today, got some sun. I love this weather. I love spring and I love fall. So before we move on, I want you to share out this live with as many people as possible. Share out the live. And as I'm telling you to share out the live, I am sharing the live out myself. You guys know I love Tuesdays because I get to come on and talk with all of you. You know, we love talking about all things special education here at the IEP Coach. All right. And also, let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know. Hello. Let me know. We are live on all of our platforms. We're live on IG, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And we're live on what is it? X? Yes, it is X, formerly known as Twitter. All right, so let me make sure. Let's share out this live because I am sharing it out as well. And I pray everyone has had so far. You've had a great day. All right, we're tuning in from Philly. Oh, Daniela. Did I pronounce your name right? All right, Philly. I hope I pronounced your name right. Yes, I met a lot of people at that autism event. So yes. Thank you for tuning in. And let's go here. Let's share out this live. Let me share this one out. Hold on. Where are we live? Oh, I said it right. All right. I always ask first because I hate for people to butcher my name. So that's why I always ask, like, did I pronounce your name right? Yes, I hate for people to mispronounce my name. Also, thank you all for those of you who came to. Oh, thank you so much. I was awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I love educating the community about special education, all of that. So I met Daniela at the wait, was it the resource one? Was it the one at the Croc Center or was it the Daniela? Was it at the Croc Center? Is it that one or was it another one? That wasn't another one. I'm trying to remember which autism event because I did a couple autism events last month. Um, but yes, I love sharing out the information because I want parents, I want teachers, I want you guys to be equipped with the information. And yes, at the Croc Center. Oh, awesome. So yes, it was an amazing resource fair. So yes, we presented the IEP coach, we did our IEP in a nutshell presentation, which I love doing that presentation. It was great participation from the audience, great feedback. So like I said, we service our parents and our teachers because we want you guys to be supported. We want you guys to have the information. Those of you who missed our live webinar, request to results, where we were teaching you how to make evaluation requests, you missed a good webinar, but don't fret. Don't worry. Here, I have the link to the webinar so you can purchase the webinar and the toolkit, or if you just want the toolkit, you can purchase both. So request to results was the name of the webinar, and this webinar was great. Thank you all for coming out. So basically, with the webinar, we went in thorough explanation tips on how to create your request for an evaluation, and then um, we sold a toolkit. So with the tool in the toolkit, we give you a template, literally step by step, telling you how to draft your evaluation request, like how you need to say it. We give you examples of actual requests that we've used in the field. I've actually used these requests. And we also do a video. We give you video directions, giving you step by step on how to use the tool, the actual toolkit, how to use it. So you can get the webinar and a toolkit, or if you just want the toolkit, you can just get the toolkit. Okay. And it is Teacher Appreciation Week. So shout out to all my teachers out there, especially big ups to all the special education teachers, because I'm a former special education teacher myself, but big up to all the teachers out there. I love teachers. I will always be an educator. I'm always an educator, even though I'm not in the classroom no more, but I always support teachers. It is a difficult job. It's a hard job. It's a fulfilling job. It's a rewarding job. It's all of those emotions and more. Teachers don't get paid enough. Um, they don't get enough appreciation and enough value. But educators, I feel like they basically give life to so many other professions, and we wear so many hats, being an educator. But I just want to tell all my educators out there, I love you. I'm here to support you and what you need in your development and all of that. So shout out to all the teachers out there. All everyone, you got if you're a parent, you're a guardian, you're an aunt, an uncle, grandma, grandpa, definitely show your child, show your family's teachers appreciation. Gifts are nice, gift cards are nice, a nice car, a nice heartfelt message goes a long way. Like, definitely show these teachers support. Definitely show these teachers support. And in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, the Master IP course, it is 50% off all this week. The Master IP course is 50% off. I just dropped the link in the comment section. Make sure you use the code teacher to get the 50% off. And if you need the payment plan, use teacher exclamation point if you need a payment plan. I'm going to drop the link here on LinkedIn, but definitely take advantage of this. It ends on Sunday. Okay. So let's get into what we came to get into for today. So, let me drop this on our Instagram as well. Hello, everyone on Instagram. I'm so sorry. I forgot to drop the link there. So that is the link for the Mastered IP course. You can also click the link in the bio if you are on Instagram. And also, I'm dropping the link for you guys to for the toolkit. And again, you're on Instagram, click the link in the bio, and you can get the toolkit. So I want to talk about IEP meetings. Now, in a perfect world, IEP meetings run smoothly. Everyone shows up on time. All the teachers are prepared. Everyone's doing what they need to do. Everything runs smoothly. Parents agree with the IEP, and then they sign it, and we make our copies and we go on from there. Now that's a smooth IEP meeting. Smooth. But I would be lying to you if I said all IEP meetings run smoothly. They do not. They do not. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but all IEP meetings do not run smoothly. Sometimes parents had to fight for the support for their children, and so they come in on defense. So because they're like, nobody's taking anything away from my child or anything like that, they come on a defense. Sometimes teachers not feeling valued, and that may show up in their presentation, and it seems like they're very short or whatever. But that runs off in the meeting, and that can really turn the meeting it can really make the meeting go left. So I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit about one of the worst. I'm going to say it wasn't the worst. It was just not the most ideal IEP meeting. So anytime I have an IEP meeting coming up, I always plan. I want to say I start working on an IEP a month in advance. I always started a month in advance. because I need to give myself time to collect data. I need to get the data from the teachers. I need to collect data from the teachers, parents, all of that. So I always start a month in advance. Okay. So I start a month in advance. I talk to the parents. I ask if they have any concerns. I always ask parents they got any concerns. Is there anything you have questions about? I always ask questions because I want to make sure that we address them at the IEP meeting. So that way parents are feeling seen and they are feeling heard. Okay. So I did that. And in this case, the parents were divorced. So I made sure I talked to both parents. I do that. I get the I get the input from the teachers. I got the input from the parent. Um, I looked up all testing data. I looked up everything. I touched base with all related service providers to make sure that the information was in the IEP. I did everything. I did all of it. I did all of it. So I'm ready for the meeting. I sent the draft home to the parents so that way they would have it before they came to the IEP meeting. I'm ready for this meeting. Like, I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm ready. When I tell you the day that IEP meeting came, man, I was not ready for what was about to go down. I wasn't ready at all. Let me tell you. So at the school, we put our IEP, like I even printed out copies of the drafts for the parents, and I had the projector connected to my computer so I can project it up on the projector so everyone, can see or whatever. So I let the schools, the receptionists know I have an IEP meeting. This kid's parents is coming. So all I know is it was myself, the teacher, and our LEA, and this student had group therapy. The behavior specialist. We're at the meeting. All of a sudden, that door opens. Mom comes, stepdad comes in, dad comes in, grandmom comes in, two other individuals who I did not know comes in, and it was three additional people that came in. So there's a total of 8 people that showed up for this IEP meeting. You talk about blindsided. I'm like, what the I'm like, who are these people? Because like I met mom, dad, and stepdad. I met them. I'm like, who are these people? And I'm just like, everybody sat down, and I was like, yeah, what's going on? Like I'm looking confused because I'm like, you didn't tell me like all these people was coming because I always want to know who's coming so I can make sure on the attendance everyone's name is listed. Even though parents can bring whoever they want, I just always want to know so that way I can put it on, the attendance. And um, the mom told me that grandmom came because she's a former emotional support teacher, and I was an emotional support teacher at the time. So grandmom came. Then I didn't know, mom didn't disclose to me that they had two mobile therapists that worked outside of the home. So I was just like, oh, okay. And then so that way it was mom, dad, stepdad, grandmom, two mobile therapists. Oh yeah, and then the other person was they had an advocate. Didn't tell me that they had an advocate, which they don't have to, but it would be nice to know. So the advocate and the thing I want to say the thing that made that meeting go bad, it wasn't the parents, it was the advocate's attitude. Her attitude stunk. Like her attitude was so nasty. Her and I almost started going at it in the meeting because she tried to tell me how I'm supposed to run my meeting and all. I said, first of all, this ain't what we doing. This is not what we doing. And because I pushed back on her, because first of all, what you're not doing is coming here and then you're rude and you got all these demands. No. So her and I has had a few exchanges. And then my administrator stepped in and was just like, what do you need? Like, what do you need? Like, what's the problem? What concerns do you have, etc. And the mom just wanted to, the mom, he was having issues from the previous year. So, and the mom was seeing some additional behaviors, and she wanted to like make sure that he was in a good placement where he could, thrive. Understandable. That's understandable. But for me, I'm just like, Mom, why didn't you share that? Like everything, like why didn't you just be super clear when I'm asking you what concerns do you have? And it's very important for the school and the family, the parents, both sides, be very clear about what concerns you have, what questions you have. And I wish this family was more clearer in regards to their concerns, so that way I already know them. So when they're coming to the meeting, I'm coming with some possible solutions to those concerns. And if I need to invite someone who can speak to those concerns, that I have time to invite them. So we couldn't even finish that IEP meeting. And then I want to say we had about two more meetings. So in total, we had about three meetings for this particular student. And they were trying to get him in a placement where he wouldn't have homework. And I was just like, you can observe other placements, but your son, he can thrive in a gen ed environment with the instructional system what he has now. And like the instructional system would remind him, oh, make sure you copy down your homework, make sure you do this. And he was very receptive to that. And I'm saying, I was very honest with the parents. If you put him in a learning support classroom, you're is going to be more damaging than helpful, because he will be performing way higher than the students that are in a learning support class. And even the students that are in a learning support class, they get homework. They still have projects. They still get homework. We do a lot of modifications and accommodations in the class, but they still get homework. And this particular student, he needed structure, like firm structure, like don't break it. Like he's the type of kid, we would have to write out his assignments on the calendar, so he knew on this day I'm going to do this, on this day I'm going to do this. However, they didn't work like that with him at home. They wanted him to get all his work done, but I'm like, that doesn't work for him. This situation could have ended much better if there was just clearer communication, like honest, clear communication, honest, clear concerns. If you're bringing someone to the meeting, just let the school know, give them a heads up, let them know, oh, this person coming, this person coming. Great. What's their names? I'm going to put them on the attendance. So that way nobody is blindsided. And I do the same thing for like parents. I always ask them, like, are there any particular teachers you want to come to this meeting? Because there could be a particular teacher you have questions for. You can ask for that teacher to come, and we have to make sure that teacher does come. So, even on the school side, I let parents know, like, Miss so and so's coming, and Miss so and so's coming, Mr. so and so is coming. And sometimes I've even had parents, I don't want that person at my child's IEP meeting. And I'm just like, what's the issue there? And they'll share with me what the issue is. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, okay, I want a smooth meeting. And however, if that teacher has to speak to data, I always tell parents, I understand how you feel. However, this teacher has to speak to this data, why the data looks like this. After they do that, they can, by all means, yes, they can definitely leave. But we need this teacher to speak to it. And if you have questions, that they can address it. Because, just because I'm leading an IP meeting, that doesn't mean I'm that student's teacher. You know what I mean? So the biggest lesson from this IEP meeting going wrong: clear communication, being clear with your concerns, being clear even for what it is that you want, being clear with that, being super clear about what your concerns are, what your needs are to the school, and the school being clear about what it is that they need or what they're going to do, being clear with that information. Because when you have clear communication, it leaves no room for misinterpretation. When you're super clear, honest about what your wants are, what your needs are, there is no room for misinterpretation. Okay? There's no room for misinterpretation. All right. Does anybody have questions about IEPs or anything? And excuse me. And I'm going to give you a moment because I know it takes time for, for it to show up. Does anybody have questions? Does anybody have questions? I'm also dropping the request to results toolkit um, link again. Those of you who missed our live webinar where we taught you how to make an evaluation request, how you have to do it, what you need to do, and we also have a toolkit to go along with it where we give you actual templates. That is in the. I've just put that in the chat again for you. Any questions? Any questions? Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. All right. I don't think, hold on, let me check Instagram. I don't think we have any questions. However, if a question comes to you later, you have a question about IEPs, you have a question about IEP meetings, you can DM us. You can, we're very responsive. You can email us at info at the IEP Coach LLC.com. I just put our email in the in the um in the chat there, so you can definitely email us your question. You can DM us your question or questions. Again, like I always said, we're very responsive, so we will respond to your questions. Definitely continue to engage with our content. Thank you all parents for sharing what your concerns are in regards to special education and the IEP. And thank you to the teachers for sharing your information um, about fush- challenges you have just being a special education teacher. Thank you so much um, for your feedback pertaining to that. We greatly appreciate it because we want to hear from you guys. How are you guys feeling, with that? How are you guys dealing with that? So since okay, so definitely there are no questions. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We go live every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about all things special education. Please drop a hashtag replay if you are catching this on a replay so we know you are watching the replay. And as always, be kind to yourself, be safe, and give yourselves grace. You are only able to do what you are allowed to do. Okay? You are human. Okay? You will make mistakes. It's a lesson learned. Get the lesson and move on. Okay? You all have wait, is this a question? Okay, no. You all have an amazing, amazing and safe evening. And we will see you. Hi, Amanda. We will see you next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Do you have a question, Amanda, before we get off? We were talking about IEP meetings. I talked about IEP meeting gone wrong. Do you have a question about IEP meetings or about the IEP before we go off? I just want to give you time to type your question if you do have a question. All right, let me just see. If you don't, you can say no, but if you do, drop the question. Okay, just jumped on IEP dyslexia going wrong. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. We were talking about an IEP meeting gone wrong. So yes. Do you have any particular questions? Yeah, do you have any particular questions that you wanted to ask? I just want to give you time to go ahead and type it. And again, in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, just a reminder, the Master IEP course, it is 50% off all this week. Use the code TEACHER to get your 50% off, and use teacher ! For the payment plan if you need that. PBC F.I. Wilson not being followed for dyslexia, not sure where to go. Oh, so your son gets he gets the Wilson program and they doing the PBS for behavior? It's so low. Oh, you know what, Amanda? Amanda, send us a DM and I can respond to you on it. It looks like you may have a more specific question. But thank you all for tuning in. No. Oh, they're doing Aspire. Okay. So yeah, send me a DM or you can do a voice memo, Amanda, and send it to us on our Facebook page so that way I can respond directly to you. Okay? All of you, you have a great evening. We will see you next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, if you have a topic you want us to cover, DM us. We also have a form when we send out our email list. Fill out the form so that way you can tell us what topics you would love to discuss. You would love for us to discuss. Okay. So have a assalamualaikum Aliyah. You have a great evening as well. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace and be safe. See you all next Tuesday.